My name is Amanda Jeffords, or Mandy, but everyone over here knows me as Savannah.
Savannah.
I'm 36. I'm homeless.
How long have you been out here homeless?
On and off for a very long time.
A very long time.
Very.
Yeah, you kind of gave me an idea earlier. Not exactly, but that, yeah, that's a while. Even being out here for a day is a long time, so being homeless period is a tragedy for anybody, I feel. Have you ever tried to get into any programs or do like a rapid housing or anything?
I've been to the shelter. I've been to multiple shelters. I've been to rehab. I've been to prison. I've done all kinds. I've done everything, a little bit of everything. Just nothing ever seems to stick. And they say that when you're ready, you'll know it because it'll stop. But if you're waiting until you're ready, you're never going to be ready.
Wow, that was some gold nuggets right there. No, seriously. Um, yeah, I appreciate the you being forthcoming. A lot of people, they tend to blame it on other things and they're not forthcoming. But yeah, that's true. I believe what you said. It's when you're ready, and yeah, I agree with you. Um, what was life like before you were ever in the streets? When you were a youngster, did you have a good life growing up?
Not really, no. My stepdad was always a big issue for me in my household.
Are you serious? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's awful. What kind of things, if you don't mind?
Um, just lots of abuse and lots of anger on my end. I was really mad at my mom for a long time because of her inability to stick up for me with my stepdad, and I didn't realize until later that it was either because so it's me, my two younger half sisters, my mom, and my stepdad that we all
Yeah.
lived in the same house and shit. Well, I was angry at her for a long time because I was like, well, why doesn't she stick up for me and tell him, fuck off? But the main reason why later I realized that was wrong is because she was choosing to have he's the real dad of both my younger sisters, so it was either keep quiet and fucking just let it keep happening and pretend like nothing's happening or it'll go away or whatever for the better of everybody, or say something and possibly have him leave, and then you are all three kids that are all dadless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't realize that until way later.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I empathize with you, wholeheartedly. I think anybody who grows up in a, bad, environment or where the situation is rocky to say the least it's awful. It happens. I don't think no one's perfect, but at the end of the day, when you're raising children, you gotta give it your all 100%, and that's something I believe in. What's the biggest challenge you've experienced while experiencing homelessness?
Um, just finding people that aren't gonna screw you over, that you can actually trust. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I mean, lots of bad shit's happened out here. Lots of bad shit.
Yeah, I
I've
agree.
I've been beaten. I've been raped. I've been fucking everything you can possibly think of. It's probably happened to me out here. And the biggest challenge is finding somebody that I can trust, that I can maybe better myself with, because it's hard doing it on your own.
Man, I agree with you. I just was gonna ask you, um, I hear it time and time again. Being out here by yourself and being a woman, I know it's rough. And you have to be a very strong person to get through it and wiggle through this type of stuff that goes on a day-to-day basis. Can you elaborate on some of the trials and tribulations that you experience on a day-to-day basis being out here as a woman and by yourself?
Well, right now I do dates to get my money. You know what I mean? I just started doing it this year, and it's it's a lot easier than I thought it would be, but in a lot of ways it's a lot worse. You know what I mean? Um, Not everybody likes to listen to the few rules that you might have. You know what I mean? You got some people that say they're gonna do something and then they don't. Most things, most of the time when I'm out here during the day, it's usually just the heat, for the most part, that
Yeah,
gets me, because it's very freaking hot. And
for sure.
like earlier this week, I fell asleep in an alley down the street here with a friend of mine. We both passed out. I woke up and somebody had stolen my backpack with everything I had in it, like all everything, anything worth of value was in my backpack, and they stole the
Mm.
shoes off my feet. The next day was 111-degree heat out here,
Yeah, that's
and I
awful.
had no shoes.
Yeah, that's a big thing with the homeless community. I talk about that also a lot. You know, the camaraderie is second to none. Like I walked up on you guys right now. You guys are kikiing, haha, and everything's cool. You guys help each other. When one's sick, you guys will help and come to someone's aid. If someone gets hurt, you'll come to the person's aid. But on the flip side of that, say like you said, you were laying down sleeping and you got all your stuff stolen. And 9 times out of 10, it's the person who's with you. It's in their left pocket, right pocket, or they'll help you look for it. And I think that's, a tragedy that it's like that, especially when all you guys, you guys got to come together, kind of act as one or a unit before you guys can grow, and do something special, I think.
Yeah.
Um, what is the hardest part of your day-to-day routine? I know, could it be what you said? I don't know if that.
The hardest part is probably being able to stack my money up because I mean, obviously I do drugs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm out
okay.
here, so
It's
obviously I
okay.
do
We don't
drugs.
judge. I don't judge.
I don't. It's nothing as bad as it was before. Like I used to slam heroin, and I would slam in like fucking 2.5 grams a day in my neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was really bad. It's nothing like that now. Like you know what I mean? Like 10, $15 now gets me good all day. You
Yeah.
know, so I mean it's a lot better than it was. But the point is, I still do drugs, so it's hard for me to be able to stack money up and get a room, even just one room for a night. It's hard for me to do because I got so much shit out here, and because I do help so many people. You know what I mean? Like they don't ever stop to think like what I do, what it is I do to get the money I get. For me to just give it to you like that and not even think twice on it, like you don't see how crazy that is.
Yeah,
Like
don't even make
for what I have
sense.
to do to get it in the first place and to give it to you to help out or whatever, for you to just fuck me over on it, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
But
godly.
I mean, I've always been a really nice person. My art's been my biggest downfall my whole life. Like,
Yeah, probably like, I feel like I'm like that. I carry things on my sleeve. Yeah. Real, I believe in just having morals and standing on 10. So yeah, I get it. I mean, it's awful. Especially being out here, as I was saying earlier, you guys got to be together, man, if you're going to make anything work. And the fact that, people just think it's easy. If, hey, let me have this. Can I have that? I get it. It's awful. Um, what would you say is the most dangerous or scariest thing about being out here?
um, it's trusting that everything's gonna be good, trusting that because somebody else is in the same situation as you, that they wouldn't do certain things that they do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, for example, earlier this week, I had been up for like, because I can't sleep just anywhere around anybody because I'm not able to. My body won't let myself shut down if I'm not comfortable and I don't feel safe. My body won't let me go to sleep. So earlier this week, I had been up for like 8 days and I was really tired and it was hard to keep my eyes open, but I didn't want to fall asleep out here. And I met somebody who's the ex-boyfriend of somebody I know, so I thought it was okay. And I went with them to the trailer park over here, and I told them don't let me fall asleep. They were going to let me charge my phone up and everything. They never got the thing out to let me charge my phone, and I ended up passing out.
Mm.
And he didn't wake me up, and I just remember being so tired that I woke up 3 or 4 different times throughout the night, and every time he was touching on me in my sleep. Every time.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And I'm supposed to
Man.
see him every day out here and not say shit about it? Like,
Yeah, that's disgusting. I think a person who does that is a coward. I think that's horrible. People like that belong dead in my book. Seriously, that's nasty. And in prison, people disregard people like that. You don't have to, definitely don't have to force it, especially when no disrespect, they could buy it,
yeah.
so definitely don't have to do that. And that's crazy. And that's one of the things that's why I do what I do. I mean, I hear it time and time again, women going through, things like that, where they can't even nod off or rest for a little bit without people trying to, you know, uh, touch them or do illicit acts. I don't get it. I think that's
I would
horrible.
personally, I wouldn't be able to do something like that to somebody in their sleep personally,
Yeah,
because that's
that's
like, if they're not even
crazy.
conscious, that's like basically like trying to do something with like a dead body, like,
Almost.
and that's crazy because, and that's another thing. I've just, like I told you, I just started doing this year, the dates and stuff out here.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are all fetish stuff. It's not, most of the time it's not even any penetration, it's just fetish stuff. And it's some of the weirdest things out here. Like this one guy, he paid me $500 to sit in an ice bath to bring my body temperature down, so he said it would feel more realistic and I wasn't supposed to say anything or move. It's like having sex with a dead body.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
crazy.
That's wild.
That's fucking
Yeah, I've heard
crazy.
that. Yeah, that's crazy. You would, I don't know, it'd blow your mind that some of the things these tricks want done, or you know.
I mean, as long as whatever it is isn't hurting me and I'm safe, I don't care what it is. I'll probably do it.
At least you got a humor about it, huh?
I don't judge
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah,
I've heard
nah,
so
nah,
much crazy shit, and I've got such an open mind out here. Like, I can't stand when motherfuckers judge me. Like,
yeah,
most of the people that I know that I fuck with, anybody that I know that I fuck with that I've fucking known since I was like younger, that knows me, don't even know I do drugs. You know what I mean? They've left me
yeah.
with their house keys before to go into their house and to just whatever. You know what I mean? I've babysat their kids.
Oh
Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? But if they learned that I did smoke Fetty out here, or I used to shoot heroin, like, they would never treat me the same again. And even though there's nothing different about me now than there was then.
100%. I agree. People go through things, in life, and that's just what it is. You know, if we were to judge everybody and open that book, open that closet, you would see a lot of skeletons in everybody's life. You seem like a smart woman. I gotta ask you, what are your short-term goals for the next month or so? I know you said you want to stack some money up. That
Yeah.
seems like a pretty smart idea. But do you have anything else that you got in mind?
Yeah, so I've been working on bringing my tolerance down. I've done a really good job of it. I went from having to have like, $150, $200 to be able to go pick up some, to go be able to pick up more dope so I'd be okay. I went from that to being able to spend 15, $20 instead. That's a big jump, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my goal is to save up some money, try to get into like a hotel or something for the short term, and then for the long term I want to be able to get an apartment, because I honestly believe that as long as I can get someplace I can go sleep at night and shower in between everything I do, because I'm big on that too. Like, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, cleanliness
I
is
had I
God
lived
next to
I
God.
used to live downtown with my ex in a house, and you know what I mean? If I had that situation set up again, I'd do everything so much different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had money, we had everything we needed, and if I was living the situation I'm living now, but had a place to live, I think I'd be a lot better off. You know what I mean? I like to make sure I can clean myself in between everything I do. I stay clean, and it's hard to do that out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can
And if I can
imagine.
at least have a place to sleep at night, or at least have the option to have somewhere to go if I didn't want to be out here, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? It would make a very big difference.
I bet I know it would. Yeah, that sometimes can change, everything. I know a young lady out here who fly keeps bugging me. But I know a young lady out here who's in a bando, or she told me she was in a bando, and just that alone could make a world of difference. Even if there's no power or water or whatever. But the fact that you're under a roof, I mean, means a lot. You know what I mean? I agree. Um, what does the word home mean to you?
I don't think I've ever really known that, because I never felt at home in my home.
Never.
No.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Honest. What does a good life look like for you in the future?
Just me being happy with myself, me being okay, me not regretting or resenting anybody or anything that I do, being able to go to sleep at night and be okay with myself.
Yeah. Man, very wise words. What would you say to someone headed down a similar path?
There's nothing I can say that's going to stop you from changing it, like change your mind. There's nothing I can say to you that's going to scare you away from it. I can tell you the worst horrible stories, and it doesn't matter. You're going to learn it on your own no matter what. If you want to try this life, this is what you're going to do no matter what. I don't know why you'd want to purposely have this life, but if you did, best I can say is do the best you can to hold on to who you are. Don't let other people's fucking bad things that they do to you change who you are as a person. Don't, just because everybody else does fucked up shit to you, don't let that change your good nature. You know what I mean? Because if you do,
Wow.
then you've let them take everything from you.
Man, that means a lot. That was heavy. I understand that wholeheartedly. Yeah. Because someone else does something wrong, keep your purity about yourself. Yeah, that was good. Very wise words.